Hey you guys, this is CC the CC Show. If you are here, you already know you just been crystallized. Let's go. Today is Tea Time Tuesday, and I just wanted to go over some tea that I have heard about recently. And I took some notes, and I just want to go over a few things that we've been hearing in the news and everything like that, and just to let you guys know that this channel is about beauty and brains, and to be beautiful you have to have brains because it's a part of it. Okay. And that's just how it goes. Yeah. She gave this back to me. I thought she was supposed to have that. Okay. Anyway, I'm going to have to give that back to my mom. We had to go over a few things during our meetings. And you guys, just to let you know that my nail services and my hair services is still what it is and what it ain't. So just know that I'm still making nails. I'm still starting my businesses and getting them popping. So if you guys want to buy some nails from me, I will leave my number and my email there so that you'll have a way to tell me the things that you need and request from me and everything like that. I'm still giving readings. I'm still giving spiritual advice. Okay. And we are here to study together and grow together. But the advice that I give is sound, and it's nothing that you've heard, and it's for you and no one else. Okay. So I found my notes. And now I want to talk about some tea. But first, I have some questions. Shout out to Wayward Renegade, which is in the building. She has really good questions to help you think. And she also has her research and her sources behind her. I am getting there, but I am of sound mind, and I'm highly intellectual, and I'm big on numerology, and I'm huge on symbolism. And I have been studying and researching since I was 15 years old. And so that is the basis of what my conversations will be stemming from. But I truly, truly, truly have some questions that need to be talked about. Like some things we just literally need to speak about. So let's get it started. Now, a couple of questions that stood out for me from Wayward Renegade Witch's blog was, is Tory Lanez Glorilla's sister? Because these characters are getting out of control. So because Glorilla may be Brorilla or whatever, Glorilla's sister, since she is seen as the one that really needed the money from Glorilla, did Glorilla have this master plan to have her come out here and say these things about getting money, this is what you do. Put me on blast. Da, 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 da. I feel like it was scripted, and I feel like it is scripted to the point that she's involved in the coercion of the whole thing in the entertainment world. Because he said some things, and Glorilla's sister said some things, and he felt like he had to jump in the middle of it. So are we wearing masks like Jim Carrey as well? So sit and think about that. Because the government has a sector in Hollywood and the CIA and the government already have double agents and agents that they send across seas that have to wear disguises. So why wouldn't we put these disguises in the government and continue to make money off the same person that can play all these different roles and play all these different characters? And I believe that to be true. Is Lil Nas X really gay? I really need to know, because, I do know. I know that he is not gay. Lil Nas X is not gay. He is playing a game. He's playing it well. And I also heard that his brother was put on and has come out as being gay. That is not a coincidence. That is not a coincidence. Lil Nas is not gay, and Lil Nas X is not gay. He just really knows how to play the game very well, and I commend him for getting his money. If that's, the way he wants to do it, so be it. Nobody is shaming these celebrities for doing what they see fit. Half these celebrities are slow anyway, and low in self-esteem, and doing whatever their bosses ask them to do. It's the same as having a 9-to-5 job. I have bosses that they have to listen to, and supervisors and handlers and all those things. So that right there alone lets you know that most of this creativity is not coming from the artists, especially if they have a backing, because the backing wants to see, has a plan for the money, and the money they have to do what their bosses tell them to do. And I just spoke about that on TikTok. So make sure you guys go check that out. When I went live, I spoke about that. And I spoke about celebrities having a boss. Everybody has a boss when you have a backing. Yes, if you're backing yourself, then you are your own boss. You are your own God, da-da-da-da-da. Okay? And I was speaking with, shout out to Betty Confetti, about aliens and the intelligence and the terrestrial, or whatever that's called, about aliens. Okay, because see, what is happening with Cardi B? And why was she on the football field and nobody announced her, act like they didn't see her? She was dead on camera. I seen her at the Super Bowl during Bad Bunny's performance, halftime performance, which is ran by Jay-Z and his companies or his bosses. And I want to know, why nobody talked about the fact that she was down there? Was it really her? Was it somebody wearing a mask? Because then I seen that somebody said that Cardi B wasn't on the field, that she was up in the box with a couple of the fans. Okay, so what was that about? Was she on the field, or was she in the stands? Or was she both? Okay. Why do people care about Epstein and the Epstein files? Why are we hearing this now when this whole thing started in 2008. He was arrested and charged in 2008 for child trafficking or molestation in 2008, and he was charged and went to jail for 6 months. And the only person that could really cut your sentence or, is the president. And this time he was convicted and charged and put in jail, and then all of a sudden he died. And how did he kill himself? Because how can you hang yourself in jail? It's not making any sense. It's not making any sense. Don't act like you care now. You should have cared back in 2018. Okay. What happened to the girl that ran out of the hospital screaming to help her? They're eating babies. And she was speaking in a different language. Do y'all remember that? What happened to her? What happened to the lady on the plane that was screaming and saying, well, I kind of know what happened to her. She came back and she did a retraction statement and said that she was going crazy. And so somebody got to her and paid her off to retract her statement of what she's seen in the airplane. Because it was probably going to drop airplane tickets. That's why they don't talk about a lot of airplane crashes and stuff like that. Because it'll lose the whole thing, the whole aircraft system and the whole aircraft thing and airplanes and flights tickets will plummet. This is just some things that's been running through my mind that we need to think about and talk about. Because how do we know when what we see is scripted, edited, or real events? Because it's been scripted, edited events since the beginning of time. Okay. And another thing, Wayward Renegade Witches blog was right about in asking is, where are we finding these celebrities? How come nobody knows of these people until they just bust out with a glow up? The only person we seen glow up was Sexy Red and Scarlet. We seen them blow up right before our eyes because they had social media. They were actually on social media. I've never heard of Glorilla. I've never heard of all these retarded celebrities ever in my life. Where are we finding these people? And one of my spiritual mentors was telling me that they're recruiting at the shelters and in the juvenile centers, the juvenile detention centers. We're finding these people. Somebody said that Cardi B and the Seahawks owner are together. And that the reason why she got with Stefan Diggs is to cover up the baby. Because why is she pregnant so many times? Like, she just literally had a baby and then she's having another baby. Like, who are these babies by? Why would you go from being a wife to being a baby mom? Wouldn't you go from a wife to being another wife? So we got to go down this rabbit hole and bite the apple sometimes and see what's really going on. Did you guys know that the way the government and the UN communicate with each other, and also the music companies, the way they communicate with each other is through music. That's why music is coded with a lot of symbolism. Because some things just can't be put in a text message or an email or said out loud, no matter how far into the desert they go. Somebody's always going to follow you and see you and find you and this and that and the third. So when you have two countries that's getting along or just got into a contract with each other or becoming close allies or whatever like that, they will, because music is celebration, right? So they will hire some people and give them something to talk about that's coded and symbolized with high symbolism to relay a message around the world, around the country and around the world. It's told through music. So the higher ups can get the message. It can't be written down or told high secrecy. For wars, for peace, for whatever. For anything. Because if I had something to say to you and I couldn't say it in any way, shape, or form, then yeah. Or if we just did a huge deal for $80 million or $800 million or $800 billion, I would celebrate it with music. I would hire some music artists that really wanted to do or sing my song. And these writers, this is probably not even the artists, it's these writers, it's these producers that are getting the show together. So you got to think about that. And what is also true is, why do they keep calling Lauryn Hill? Why? Why do they keep calling Lauryn Hill to do all this weird stuff? Is that Lauryn Hill? Why is she so fat? And why are they putting her in these clothes that make her look even fatter? It's giving Missy Elliott. It's really giving Missy Elliott. And is Missy Elliott sick? Why is she so skinny? What are these celebrities on? Why is Oprah's face so big now that she lost all this weight? They said that's not even her. She was switched out. Okay. Now, my whole thing about the Rihanna being shot was, why was Rihanna shot? I know why Rihanna was shot. Okay. Rihanna was shot because my bad. Why was she shot at? Okay. She was shot at because she either owes some money, because they ran away. She probably does owe money because they hooked her up with that billionaire prince husband of hers. It's probably them. Because after she married or went over there to that prince and seen him and she took pictures and stuff, because they take pictures for proof. They're not taking pictures because, oh, let's savor the moments. That's not what they're doing. They're taking pictures for proof and for blackmail and for whatever it is they're going through for the future, the moment, whatever. Okay. Rihanna was shot at 1:21 p.m. That's 4 in numerology. Okay. On March 8th, 2026. Okay. That's 11. That's 21. That's 3. Okay. Okay, with 7 people in the house. And that lady shot 10 rounds. She was in a white Tesla, rifle AR-15, 15 and number 6. And we could break down AR too. The lady was 35 years old, which equals 8. There's that 8 again, 8 and 8. Because she shot 8 to 10 rounds. Ivana Ortiz, 1991, equals 20, which equals 2. She was a speech therapist. When I was listening and catching up on the latest news about Rihanna being shot at, they kept saying that this lady was a speech therapist. Like, they're telling you right in your face who she was. She was a speech therapist. And yes, she did know Rihanna. And the only other people that she talked to or talked about on her Instagram or whatever, because I checked, was Nicki Minaj and Cardi B, whom also would have needed a speech therapist to move up in their career, because they can't speak worth a damn. And Nicki Minaj has a really deep accent as well. So does Cardi B. And Rihanna's from Barbados. So when she was 14, 15 years old, if she came out when she was 15, that means they had her since she was 10, probably 9 or 10. And so she definitely would have needed a speech therapist. I kept saying she's a speech therapist. Like, why you guys keep telling her she's a speech therapist and she's in the medical field? What is that supposed to mean? That she helped Rihanna with her speech? Anyway, so the same number kept coming up. She shot 10 rounds. Her bail was $10 million. She had 10 felony counts. And she had fake plates. Paper plates for plates? Like, what? And that's all the information I know. And that's some numerology for you. And we need to be talking about these things so we can break it down for symbolism, and or to get to the bottom and know the message that's being broadcasted right in front of us that we don't understand. And we got to understand these things. We have to. And so we can know what they're talking about in secret. So like, share, and subscribe. You already know you like me. You already know you love me. Subscribe to this channel. Interact with me. Let me know what's going on down below. Leave some comments. Answer some of the questions. Give me feedback. Let's break it down together. Let's crack the code together. Okay? The Susie Show. If you were here, you already know you just been crystallized. Let's go. And shout out to my crystallites and all my top fans that are coming along. I love the comments you guys have been leaving on my ASMR videos. This is a channel, and we do everything beauty and everything brains. So make sure you guys get caught up on your quantum physics and understand what that's about, because that's what I'm currently studying and researching. But we need to be applying what we know, you guys. All right? All right. I'm out of here. This was a good video, so run it back. Holla.